From Camarines Norte, one of the first areas to have felt the impact of Typhoon Ulysses. Maan, kamusta ang sitwasyon dyan?
Yes, Bok. Since 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we've been experiencing violent winds and intense rainfall here in Vincent's Camarines Norte. Right now, we are staying inside a concrete house, but the rice fields in our vicinity are already flooded. Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management officials said they were shocked by the might of Typhoon Ulysses. Some of them even said that this is the strongest typhoon they have experienced after a very long time. Provincial Incident Commander Attorney Don Calvera explained that they only felt moderate winds during Super Typhoon Rolly. But come Typhoon Ulysses, trees that survived the Super Typhoon and Kinta have been uprooted. Some electricity posts along the road were also toppled by the strong winds brought by the typhoon. The PDRRMO has reported 1 casualty so far from the town of Daet, while 3 fishermen are still missing. We were able to talk to their family, who shared that they were expected to return from fishing yesterday. The Coast Guard has already notified its substations for a search and rescue operation if the weather permits. But as of now, around 9,000 individuals have been transferred to safer areas. All of the households across the province of Camarines Norte are now experiencing a power outage. Bok?
Well, Maan, Pag-asa says that this storm, Typhoon Ulysses, will not be as strong as Super Typhoon Rolly, pero mas maulan daw, mas matindi raw ang ulan. So how's it looking there dun sa pagdating sa ulan?
You're right, Bok. Right now, we're experiencing torrential rain kasabay nung malakas na hangin. And yung palayan dito sa kinatatayuan namin right now, nagmistulan ng dagat, Bok, and tumatawid na yung tubig dito sa mismong main road. So, yung rains daw na dala nito, ngayon lang daw talaga nila ulit naranasan according to the PDRRMO officer that we spoke to earlier, Bok.
Okay, mag-ingat kayo dyan and try to find a place na may second floor. Okay, ingat. Authorities have started evacuating coastal communities in Manila due to Typhoon Ulysses. And to tell us more, Dale Rivera is joining us live from Manila. Dale, ilang residente na yung na-evacuate dyan so far?
And sa ngayon, unti-unti pa lang dinadala yung mga residenteng ine-evacuate. Kung mapapansin mo sa likod natin, wala pa yung mga residente from Isla Puting Bato. But the city of Manila is already preparing its evacuation centers as Typhoon Ulysses continues to bring rains in the area. Strong winds, slightly strong winds are also being felt here. And since Wednesday morning, the Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office has started calling on residents in Baseco, Isla Puting Bato, and parts of Tondo to flee their houses. These barangays are the usual critical areas during weather disturbances, according to Manila DRRMO Chief Arnel Angeles. It was easy for the authorities to convince some residents to leave their homes, except for those living in Barangay Isla Puting Bato. This prompted the authorities to implement a forced evacuation despite Manila base still on low tide. 3 evacuation centers have been installed in Tondo, 1 in Rosauro Elementary School where we are, and 1 in Baseco. They are now accepting residents who want to take refuge while Ulysses makes a landfall. The MDRRMO says at least 5 coastal barangays are being monitored as a storm surge is expected anytime. Bok, maximum of 2 families with 4 members each are allowed to stay inside the tents here in Rosauro Elementary School. Evacuees are not allowed to roam around to prevent the possible spread of COVID-19, and all of them are required to pass through a medical triage prior to entering the evacuation center. Bok?
Dale, are we talking about voluntary evacuation or mandatory evacuation?
Bok, for other evacuation centers, we're talking about voluntary evacuation centers. But the Manila DRRMO Chief Arnel Angeles said they are already implementing forced evacuation in Isla Puting Bato as a storm surge is expected to have anytime within the night.
So for Isla Puting Bato, we're talking about mandatory evacuation.
Yes, that's right. That's what MDRRMO Chief Arnel Angeles mentioned to us earlier. But as you can see, we're actually here in the evacuation center, which is prepared for residents of Isla Puting Bato. But none of the residents are here yet. So we're still waiting for them to come to be brought here by the Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. And
Okay, kamusta so far yung Manila Bay? Kamusta yung hangin at ulan dyan?
yung sa Manila Bay, and kanina when we passed by Manila Bay and checked the Dolomite White Beach sand, medyo kalmado pa yung waves. Although ngayon, medyo nagkakaroon na ng konting alon sa Manila Bay. Although kanina yung Dolomite White Beach sand ay medyo may mga parts na medyo na-wash out. Ed?
Dale De Vera reporting live from Manila. Thank you, Dale. As for the latest on Ulysses, Pag-asa says it has intensified further while moving towards the Quezon Aurora area. Its center was last spotted near Daet, Camarines Sur, with maximum winds of 135 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 165 kph. Ulysses is expected or is forecast to pass over the seas of Camarines provinces this afternoon and make landfall over Palillo Islands and mainland Quezon. For now, signal number 3 is raised over the southern portions of Quirino and Nueva Vizcaya, Pangasinan, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, Tarlac, Zambales, and Bataan. Also included in the list are Pampanga, Bulacan, Metro Manila, Rizal, Cavite, Laguna, portions of Quezon, including Polillo Islands and Batangas. Meanwhile, the rest of Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, and Quezon, as well as the southern portions of Benguet and La Union, are now under signal number 2. The same goes for Marinduque, northern portions of the Mindoro provinces, including Lubang Islands, the rest of Camarines Sur, Albay, Sorsogon, and the islands of Burias and Ticao. Pag-asa also hoisted signal number 1 over several areas in Luzon due to Typhoon Ulysses. We will be back with more stories after the break, so keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Ed Lingao. President Duterte says there is nothing to fear now about COVID-19 following promising results from vaccine trials. And for more details, Greg Gregorio is reporting to us live from Antipolo City. Greg, how are health officials reacting to this?
Bok, the Health Department reiterates the need to continuously observe minimum health standards that even after a trial for a possible COVID-19 vaccine in the United States showed promising results. On Tuesday, President Duterte mentioned that COVID-19 infection is no longer scary as a vaccine against the virus is already on its way. However, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergara says the 90% initial efficacy of Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine is not an assurance. Dr. Anna Ong Lim, a member of the DOH's Technical Advisory Group, explains that the report was based on the trial which just started in July. The officials hope, though, that the vaccine will continue to indicate promising outcome until the end of the study. The government continues negotiating with Pfizer for the procurement of its vaccines once proven effective, but Vergara admits possible challenges, including the technology required for its storage. Here's what the health official had to say.
Currently here in the country, wala tayong existing na system pa with this kind of storage facilities. Yung pong mga dry ice, hindi po pwede. Kaya nga isa yan sa challenge eh.
Boca Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergara clarified that she meant that there are no available ultra-low storage facility in government facilities. Thus, Vaccine Sara Carlito Galvez Jr. says they are tapping the private sector to help them put up the right storage facility for this kind of vaccine. Moreover, in a recent presser, Galvez says they are also considering complexities of each vaccine prior to procurement. This includes the kind of cold storage required, the earliest availability, its efficacy, and its cost effectiveness. Bok?
Well, Bok, ang sabi nga ni Yusek Vergara, hindi pwedeng basta-basta dry ice yan kasi hindi naman yan ice drop eh. You're looking at negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 70 degrees just to maintain this vaccine's effectiveness, and that is way below yung temperatures ng ng all household freezers and even most medical freezers. So how are we going to go about this if this is what we choose?
Boca, in the virtual presser this afternoon, Galvez mentioned that there are ultra-low storage facilities available in the country, pero these are with the private sector. He even mentioned that these are in Metro Manila, Cebu, and Davao. However, aside from this, the Health Department and Galvez also mentioned that they are continuously studying on how to address this concern. They're also going to hold a logistics and service support summit for this concern, particularly. Bok?
And of course, there were also concerns that when the president said that there's nothing to fear anymore because there's a possible vaccine on the horizon, medyo matagal-tagal pa yan bago madala rito, and yung concerns over logistics. So what does the Health Department say about yung assurance ng Pangulo that there's no more need for any concern?
The Health Department highlighted that although there is a vaccine that is on its way, we all shall still follow minimum health protocols. Kasi nga ang sabi nila, ito ngang mga bakunang ito, once approved in its respective country, posibleng unahin din talaga yung population of nitong bansa. So ang best case scenario of a vaccine to reach the Philippines would still be the second quarter of 2021. And while we are still waiting for its availability, we all have to be cautious and vigilant in following minimum health protocols. Bok?
Okay, thank you, Greg Gregorio. The country breaches the 400,000 mark in total COVID-19 cases as the Health Department logs more than 1,600 new infections on Wednesday. Of the number, some 31,000 are considered active. The virus killed 49 people in the past 24 hours, pushing the death toll to more than 7,700. Some 300 people have gotten better from the disease. Recoveries now stand at 362,200. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Ed Lingao. We are One News.